Cool. How many people got? 17 here. Love that. Okay, my stream is finally up after way too much effort. Oh, brother. Yeah. I need to add your... Thank you. Appreciate it. Love you. Yeah, so let's talk about the setup so far. I think real quick, I'm gonna hop over to the daily. I'm streaming on YouTube, but you guys obviously have charts in front of you, so or you can watch W Dogs. On the daily, or actually let's just go to the weekly. Let's talk about the weekly. I mentioned that. So the weekly, you'll notice, has like this big top wick on NQ, and then ES hit that measured move target that I had called out kind of really a few weeks ago now. So 64.90. So we're topping out. ES hit the measured move. NQ measured move 24,500. So what's up, Mr. Exclusive? Today, very likely range day, or I could even see us coming down into the previous week, right? We had a pretty big bar on the week of the 4th. The third, probably least likely outcome, in my opinion, would be like a grind up to 24.5. It's possible, but I'm expecting more of like a range day today. So my plan is probably to do nothing, right? I'm still holding a swing from 22,860, way lower. It's up a little over 1,000 points. Now I'm up a little under 1,000 points. So I'm just going to sit in that. And then in terms of an RTH trade, we'll be trading our typical levels, right? So Friday high, Friday low, overnight high, overnight low. It's kind of my plan for today. So I'm basically chilling today, to be honest. If we do go for these prior day VAL, or if we sweep that wick, then I'll look to position long. A little RTH trade. That's my plan. Yeah. So Conquistador, LOL-A7MD, what's up? Shout out to everybody in Discord. What's up? Have you played a lot of Battlefield, or was your CPU just like not? Dang. Yeah. Let me see if you're showing up on Wait, say something, W Dog. Trying to get your voice to come through on YouTube. Well, if you guys want to hear the dog, join the Discord. I guess that's the message. Right, I just sound like I'm having a crazy conversation. I promise you, he's saying a lot of really smart stuff about Battlefield. I was surprised at how well it ran. Like, I have a 4800. I don't even know what I have in my computer, bro. Whatever the best card was like 6 months ago is whatever's in there. And I booted it up and I was like, wait, this is a beta? Like, it's running insanely well. Like, it runs better than like Battlefield 4 runs for me, at least. I did note, yeah, it just looked crazy. Oh, I totally forgot. I was supposed to meet with one of these prop firm affiliate managers this morning. Their discords? No, I never streamed on any of their discords. Nah, just streaming on my own now. Yep, coming for that wick. We'll move this overnight level. So this VAL here, guys, from previous session VAL, always on the table in this uptrend, 64.74 on NQ. That's going to be, let's move this line, 23.711, 50, hey, 711. I've honestly, dude, like any trade that feels less than like absolutely certain, I've just been not taking. Partly, I've been so busy that I've been looking at the charts less than I ever have before. But um, I've had a really good past few weeks just from taking like a few trades and like not even looking. Yeah, yeah, it's like a double L. We're almost to that level. Conquistador, good morning. SMK Prabhu, good morning. Mithukumar, good morning. Carbs, good morning. OG Trade, Kirthana, good morning. Conquistador said, tried what you said on demo about holding one MNQ for the whole week. Watch go as high as 300 points in the course of the week, but committed to just see how it turns out by 12 today. The drop is painful. So don't worry about the drop. That's actually really good, for everybody listening, wherever you are. This is the hardest part about swing trading. Okay. For example, okay, I was up over 1,000 points. Now it's dipped back under 1,000 points off the 860 entry. But we know, like, it's like we know, like, all of us know that the market doesn't just go in a straight line, right? So it's like you have to disassociate from your any individual trade entirely, right? Or even this notion of perfect execution. I would even go so far as to say, like, sometimes to figure out, like, if your goal is to learn from a trade, right? What your goal should be to learn from every trade. Obviously, you'll make money, but say you're trading some bullish channel, like, you should assume you're not going to get to the top of the channel. Like, you should expect that at some point your P&L is going to be really high, and then you're probably going to lose 10% of that before you get out the trade, right? Like, you should just assume that. And if you expect to lose 10% of whatever your highest like P&L was, then it won't feel so bad. But I think we put this undue pressure on ourselves to, like, oh, we got to get the perfect exit. But for most trades, like if you have a target, you should just hold it to your target, like W Dog was saying, or manage your stop and let yourself get stopped out. Um, but yeah, the pullbacks and big when you're swing trading are going to be pretty big. This is how it is. So good job trying that out. Definitely keep doing it. Yeah, I think everyone. Go ahead. I think so there's that previous VAL in the sweep of that candle there as well. So this will be the first place. We'll put on a little long attempt here. Let's see if this pans out. I'll put a stop at the bottom of the candle. So this would be like the first long attempt that I would take, right? I think we're gonna grind up until everyone is like omega bullish. I think there's just I think a market rotation is just too obvious to happen, if that makes sense, right? Like with all the stuff happening in like the macro climate. Yeah. There's a lot of volume on this down candle, so I could very well see this pushing to this previous session VAL or lower. So these edges are the only places where you should attempt to take trades, guys, because it gives you very tight risk management. Or obviously, if you had a short and held that short, if you had the thesis, right? It only matters if you had the thesis. If you didn't have the thesis, there's really no point in beating yourself up about it. Whose earnings? Today's OPEX, right? Any thoughts there? Is today OPEX? I actually don't know the answer to that. I'll have to check. Daryl, good morning. Yeah, I think if it is OPEX, I could see us definitely running. The odds of going down versus up, I think, are higher. But in general, yeah, OPEX is Chop City. But I could see them smoking the call side for sure. We'll do. Yeah, I'm gonna continue the giveaways next week, guys. I've got two. I'm just not organized this morning, and I don't want to scramble. Dude, why can't I get your voice to come through? Huh. Stopped out on that. A little longy there. I just had it at the bottom of that candle. The next will be the previous VAL here. Yeah, the 4-hour VAL at 23,711. 1 hour is a little bit different. What the heck? They bounce it after stopping me out. That's crazy. AMD. They're close to their, let me see, the monthly all-time highs. Yeah, all-time highs is up at 227. You could reposition or do another tranche like at the close today, because they might just burn premium today, honestly, for the zeros. Just roll those, yeah. Yeah, they might bounce it now. We'll see. A lab. Gotcha. Sheesh. Yeah, I mean, if you can find like a good AI company that's actually like applying it in some way and serving customers, I would even love to find like a service business, like a company's just selling AI as a service. They're not even trying to do some cutting edge stuff. Like they're just actually selling the stuff. I think it's a lot of money in that. Yeah. I'm still gonna wait 2 more minutes. I'm not gonna relong this just because I got stopped, and I hate to double. Yeah. Forrest, make sure the output device that's set for OBS is the same for Discord if you want your friend's voice to be heard. Wait, can you guys hear my music now? think my desktop audio is coming through now. On YouTube. For those of you on YouTube, let me know if you can hear my music. You don't hear any music. Alright, W Dog, say something. What the hell? Well, that was a 10 a.m. candle. Did you see that, dude? Good morning, I hear both of you. Are you in the Discord though, Quad? Quad says he can hear both of us, but... Oh yeah. Yeah, they like ran that low and then... That's crazy. Let's see if they run it up now. I'll do a stop right below this. YouTube is just me. You know, one day, guys, I'll set this up before I get on stream. One day. Yeah. Where is... Yeah. Oh, I got a low battery signal from my headset. There it is. ESVAL is right there though, so we gotta check. We need to actually come up to this POC here. I need to plug my headphones in before they die. Hold on now. Well, I guess you can hear me. I'm mobile. I forgot. I have a rechargeable battery around here somewhere. Some funky stuff. Oh, here it is. This is what I need. And free? Let me look. I don't see any. Oh, like you can't see like the actual... It said dog vision. That's crazy. Yeah, so let's see if we move back up to this POC, guys. NQ POC 23,893. If it does come up, it'll probably come up to the value area high, say 23,925 as well. ES POC is higher. There is a little bit of a node that's built down here though, which we need to be cognizant of. So, totally open to some funky weirdness today, just because it's OpEx. So that shouldn't be too surprising. Yeah, we have this node. Very much do have a node that formed lower on ES, so it needs to break out of this. Otherwise, we'll get some funkiness and we might go for that prior day low. So just a little FYI. Quad's done. Yeah. Advance the money destroyer. That's how it is, man. Whatever ruins the most amount of people is exactly the price action that will play out every single time. Clean mean reversion is solely because it came to the VAL, that big node. The only reason not waiting for a signal candle. Yep. So when you're uptrending like this, we have our system, which is like the A setups, right? There's a lot of B setups, right? So one of the I'd classify as a B setup is just looking for this previous session, like VAL retests, right? Or just playing these little minor edges, and you can kind of get an idea of how accurate that's going to be just based off of previous sessions, kind of narrative. So like, what is the story right now? Trend lines, things like that are also very useful. So we did break this trend line that existed on the 4-hour. But knowing it's Friday, it's OPEX, the weekly's likely topped out. It's like, you kind of can expect this area to get tested. So, but I did get stopped out on that first little attempt, right? It did a really weird, that little action at 10 o'clock, guys, was weird. Like, this is weird. This is weird, which is fine. But those are the types of things that happen, like, when you're actually, trading. So, basically set up a similar bracket here. My stop is right at the bottom of the candle. My thesis is essentially that they will not sweep this low in this candle that they've set in here at 10. I could, if I wanted to, like put a break-even stop here or something like this. It doesn't really matter. Do like a 4-point stop in this, so it won't go red. But right now, the risk on this trade is the fact that ES has a node and it's still under the VAL. That's not good for a mean reversion. I'll let you guys know right now, this is not what you want to see, right? So there's a pretty big divergence between the tickers on Friday. So if I wanted to be very conservative, I put my stop on the top of this node here. Essentially look for this node as support. This is a very low conviction trade, in my opinion, compared to yep. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, ES is glued to this magnet lower. I did not. Funny how that timing works out, huh? The sweep in the news. There's always something. Alien. Oh, like Alien Earth? I'm aware of it. I have not seen anything for it. Is it good? Is it like... Hmm. Interesting, yeah. I just... Alien is one of those franchises where I feel like, for whatever reason, they refuse to write it well. It's like they want it to be campy. And it's just like... Right, yeah. That's... Did you see Alien Romulus? The... Yeah, that was my, like, issue. I watched it, and me and my girlfriend watched it, and we're just like, we literally were just, like, looked at each other, like, okay, like, it was alright, but, that one was kind of disappointing, because I guess I just, it was good, like, action, you know, like, it's good, like, put on Netflix type movie, you know, but I just really want a dark, I mean, they're already dark, just like a well-written Alien movie would probably do so well, but it's like they literally refuse to make it. It's like they want the genre to be this. Yeah. Mm. It's coming up now. I mean, it should go to POC. If it doesn't, if this fails, like here, guys, we're going way lower today. I'll say that. I mean, NQ is dang near the black hole, so if it rejects the edge of the black hole, the strongest magnet, you know, that exists on NQ right now, this close to it, we are going to probably come for prior day, or these lows down here at 23,597 would be my guess. Or even, I mean, lower than that. But in that situation, just to kind of tie that thought up for you guys, if you're wondering, well, what do I do, Forrest? I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to be done. It's just not... Yeah, I agree with that entirely. Yeah. Something that I do that I recommend, I don't do it as much now, but I used to a lot, is I would screen record anytime I got into a trade. It's easy on Mac. You just Command Shift 5 and you can record any portion of your screen. FYI. Oh, Drake is calling me. I'll call him back later. And I would go back and I would watch. You can even narrate to yourself kind of what you think during the trade. Like, what are your uncertainties? The reason why that's useful is because replay hides all of the like up and down, like all of this stuff right here. And so you can go and like fast forward and watch it play out. You can see the beginning, the end, and the middle. But you can see the middle, kind of how it formed, which is really important. So if you're ever uncertain in a trade, I highly recommend just screen recording. Like, it's immensely useful. So let's give it a shot. Dude, ES is just stuck down here, dude. Yeah. You don't need the or I guess do you look at both of them, or do you because I kind of like the okay, gotcha. I feel that, yeah, without the volume, because then his volume is all right. Yes, it's pushing a little bit. See if we hit this little TP. Sony Water Fort. I just have it at POC. It should go to VAH, but I'm gonna, for the sake of my streaming community, we're gonna put our TP at the safest location for this little trade here, which would be the POC. Sony Waterfort, welcome back. Parvati, welcome back. Everybody on YouTube, everyone on Instagram. I think I saw Kristen tuned in. What's up? What's up? Like the stream, please. If you're on YouTube or Instagram and you're like, who's this guy talking to? There's a really good trader. His name is W Dog. He's in the Discord. Known him for about 2 years now. He's also live on Friday. We do free live streams every Friday in the Discord. So if you're like, man, I really don't want to pay that Discord fee, well, you don't have to. We have free chat. Come join us every Friday. Listen in. Come hang out. But if you want to chat with us when we're not streaming and throughout the day, we're always in the Discord chopping it up. So come chop it up. Link is in whatever bio you have in front of you. Do I? That's cool. Oh, 10 a.m. was consumer sentiment. There it is. That makes sense. I really, dude, I saw apparently, I don't know if I can bust out a firearm on stream. I don't know what the YouTube rules are of that. But I have a SIG, and yeah, and I saw the thing with them misfiring. I'm watching this video of the guy talking about there's like the wiggle on the slide, and I was like, I wonder if mine has that. So I bust my SIG out, and it has the wiggle. I was like, dude, I can't imagine just shooting myself in the leg with this on accident because of this malfunction. So yeah. Yeah. I never shot a. I guess I didn't. I want to say I never shot a Glock, but I shot a lot of guns. I just liked the feel. The reason I got that firearm in particular is just I have small hands and like it didn't hurt my hands. I also have arthritis. I'm like I'm very particular, but it didn't hurt my hands. So I was like, oh, this is like smooth, and I can put rounds through it without like feeling like I'm got a hammer to my wrist. But yeah, I'm gonna sell it now. Probably get like a H&K or something. I might just get a Glock. I don't know. But My voice is doubled on YouTube. Maybe it's fixed now. I just turned off one of the sources. That's crazy. Looking to a Glock. Yeah. I'm just really, I mean, this is, it could be super delayed, but like, I'm gonna leave this bracket as it is, guys. If you have a small account or something, and like we essentially hit 90% of the EV on this trade, by the way. So it would not be dumb to take profits, okay? From a risk management. As a trader, you got to think of yourself as a risk manager. Okay, you're in charge of your own capital stack, and your job is to grow that money responsibly. That's your only job as a trader, is you are a risk manager. So if you get close to 90% of your expected value on a trade and you're like, man, I really got to let this thing play out all the way, that at that point, it's okay to cut your trade early. What a lot of people do is they'll cut their trade at like 20 or 30% EV, right? When we're like down here. It's an entirely different situation. Okay. I would never, I'm not really going to slap you on the wrist too much if you get to 90% and you take it, especially with this much funkiness. Yeah, this thing is, it's just being weird. Yeah. Yeah, with this setup, I could just even, put my stop back to where it was, and I think ES might. I don't know if NQ will, but ES. Maybe what I'll do is, oh, by the way, guys, my free journal that I was using when I first started streaming is at my link, right? So if you need a journal, it also has the main reversion setups in there, the playbooks. You can go to stan.store/trading with Forrest. You can get those there. What I was thinking of is doing like a daily scorecard of, rating the day. And I think that could be useful for you all guys to kind of understand how I approach trading. But like, I would classify today as like a C day, mostly because of the OPEX and the continued divergence, right? But just, this is it's just a harder day to trade straight up, which is fine, right? It is what it is. But I think when you write things down like that, like over the weekend, you'll review your performance for today, and all of that should be inside the context of the box of it being a C day. So if you do really well, if you do mediocre, if you don't do well, and you look and you go, oh, well, Friday was like a C day overall, and then you go and compare your performance to like an A day or a B day, that's going to help you reason about your performance over time. So if you're not doing that now, highly recommend it, especially over like 30, 40, 50, 60 days. You'll start to make decisions for yourself about like, okay, if I have a C day and I see that every C day I basically go flat after trading all day or even losing money, maybe you just don't trade, you know? But if you don't have that data, you can't really make that decision, you know what I mean? Any prizes today? I will resume the giveaways on Monday, and hopefully I'll have a few different I'll have one more other prop firm. I'm going to try and collect prop firm accounts like Infinity Stones. Trial accounts. But might as well. I mean, if it's free, then, there's no risk. TPT. I'll see if I can get some TPT to give me some accounts. They probably will. Got to get in touch with the right person. They were good. Yeah. It's like impossible for me to even trade props right now because my trading is so like I literally sit here, I trade in the morning and like I'm so busy like running the business during the day, dude. Like I don't even open the charts. Like um I just running around like crazy. Yeah, it's just not even it's just not even worth the effort. Trading your personal. Yep. I've been trading for a long time, so I grew my account just trading my own personal account for a long time. So by the time prop firms came out and all that, I was already, I mean, I'd already broken like 7 figures P&L as a trader. They're still great tools. I have nothing against prop firms. I'm just saying, like, I can't, like, you prop trading requires being more hands-on than I can be right now, is all I'm saying. But they're still a great leverage tool. I'm happy to, I think they're great, and I'm happy to give as many accounts away as I can. Say that. SMK, yeah. Kindly check my status. Uh, I think they fixed all the accounts. I can check yours, though, SMK Prabhu. I was hoping they were all fixed, though. Got 6 figures, personal funds, been trading 7 years. Nice, Godson. Yeah, he's in the chat. Yeah, if you look, it's really not organized, but if you look through like my really old YouTube videos, you can kind of see like when my trading really took off. But I started with trading stocks, and then I was at options. I'm still an options trader. I take a very small amount of options trades. Really just around the beginning and the end of the month, honestly. The beginning and the end of the month is like the best time to trade options. I'll tell you that is that right now. It just is, especially if you can get like the weekly and the monthly to close together. In my opinion, maybe it's not the best time. It's the best time for me. Uh, but yeah, I built my made a lot of money trading options, and now I trade futures for more consistency and just take a few options trades here and there. Funny enough, though, even though I don't take as many options trades, I spend most of my time doing research in options. So like my delta, yeah, yeah. Shark Trends. This is the first time I've seen you live. I've seen many of your videos. What's up, man? Welcome to the channel. I just started streaming like a while ago. MFF basically convinced me. Well, first they wanted me on their show, uh, which I was like, I don't want to do because I'm too busy. And then they convinced me. And then they kicked me off. Nah, they kicked me off their show, bro. I don't think I didn't fit the shtick that they were going for. I don't really feel any way about it, to be honest. Like it's yeah, it's their thing, and now I can stream like on my own channel. They convinced me to stream, so I'm grateful to them because I was very much against streaming, and like now I actually like quasi enjoy it. Um, AD, good morning. What's up? So, for anyone who just joined, kind of break down what's going on here. Big divergence between ES and NQ. There's a node lower here, right? So we've talked about how this is just essentially bad for higher. NQ came up pretty close to POC. It's lagging. We're going to start building volume away from the POC on NQ as well. And generally just a grindy low tier day. 15-minute POC on NQ is already shifted lower. So just not a day to like try and make a ton of money, or certainly if you're red on the day, I would just shut it down. I would 100% just like log out your broker and take a break. Yeah. When you create the merch, Forrest, you need a shirt that says "Do nothing with a smile." Yeah. Most of trading is doing nothing. That show is definitely just for entertainment. What kind of information do you glean from options that gives you info on futures? Yeah, so WDog mentioned like he likes looking at the SPX chart. And we'll just put them side by side. So this chart is very similar to ES. Obviously, ES has the overnight. But SPX has at every one of these, every 5 points is a strike, right? Every strike is its own market. And so as a volume profile trader, there's essentially this underlying histogram in the options chain of open interest volume, right? Every one of these strikes is a market. So here's a very simple made up scenario. It's Friday, right? And it's imagine that you have some thesis that we're going to go way up here. You look at the options chain and you figure out that at like 65.20 perhaps. I haven't actually looked at this, but let's just say that 65.20, there's like a massive amount of interest, right? Let's say that there's this much interest at 65.20. Okay, but then you go down a few strikes and there's like this much interest. Okay, and you have this histogram of volume and interest. It looks very similar to a volume profile, right? So you can imagine if we get to this price here, we're going to reject this node, right? All of these would go in the money, but really it's just essentially another layer of the VP. So that's one way that I use it. But you have to remember that these shelves exist across multiple expirations, things like that. So there are a few things to consider, but at a very high level, that's how I think about it. Real trading isn't scalping every 5-minute candle or an orb. Yeah, I mean, it's just not my style. I'm not hating though. I mean, they gotta, their goal as a prop firm is to get people to show up at the door, so they can do that. I don't mind having fun and being entertaining, but I gotta stick to how I trade. It's just all I can do. What are you guys gonna be shooting at? Yeah. Mm. That's funny, dude. It's like very obvious, but it's like, yeah, it's like if it's not bulletproof, hiding behind it won't save you from bullets. Yeah, that's funny. Really? Wow. Yeah, dude. I think the car, like a fully armored car in general, is just very heavy. Like, I can imagine like the accidents. Yeah. Mm. Wow. That is lucky. Is live trading going to be an everyday thing? What time will you be streaming? Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Not every day, but I'll try to stick to Monday, Wednesday, Friday on YouTube. I'll put my stream schedule on my channel as well. Imagine how much the president's car. Will they? Nice. Yeah, definitely check out the Discord, Shark. So we have, you can't hear him, but W Dog is on right now, chatting with him, and then we have two other traders that will be streaming as well, Soul and Alan. So basically, every day in the Discord, or just about every day in the Discord, one of our trade coaches will be on. Ooh, my eyeballs. You come hang out. Um, we all trade the same system, right? We have our own little nuances, but we all generally trade the same way. If you want that everyday action. Do I have a link for Discord? Uh, if you go to my Stand Store link, there's a link there that says join the Discord, or I'll just type it out for you. wap.com/trade edge. There's like a 1 or 2 week free trial, so definitely check that out. Or just come hang out in the free chat. I think this is the. What is it, like a bunch of fib lines or something? What the heck? Anyone having WAP not opening problem, let me send a direct link. Hopefully WAP opens. Yeah. Yes. ESPOC is going to shift to like right where we are as well. 64.78. Yeah. So, I mean, this could be it. I could see NQ reaching out and touching this other level where the T or I currently have my TP, but again, guys, I would not be putting all of your eggs in today's basket. It's really not that big a deal. I haven't been to New Zealand. It's pretty cool. This guy woke up. How was that battlefield, bro? Uh huh. Guy was gaming. Yeah, there's not much to do here. Literally just yeah. Yeah, I think they're really the weekly's topped out to OPEX, and so um, took that little long here. POC shifted in. I think the day is mostly a wrap, but then honestly, guys, for everyone listening, I would think about what your plan is going to be for the Sunday Open, right? Like depending on how the daily closes, come up with some thesis for next week. Trade it. Yeah. I like it. I have some lines on this chart for some reason. Interesting. Oh, bro. All right, guys. I got to get out of here. Join the Discord. If you're not in there, come hang out next week. I gotta go run this business though. But Soul, good to hear from you, brother. Love you, dog. Good chatting with you, sir. Dude was busy blasting.